Vectur Yagna Yith.
What was that? Where's that voice?
This is the story of a young...
I know this place. I've been here before. This is the ancient stone city amidst the jungle.
Vectur Yagna Yith Doctor Wes.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay, ignore him. Just ignore him. It's not gonna hurt you. Just keep going. This constellation. Where am I? This is not the Earth.
Vectur Yagna Yith.
Khan Vectur Yagna Yith. In other words, find a statuette and save my race.
The statuette! Here it is. Finally. I have to get it. I have to...
This is the story of Evie Drayton.
Quick. Before I forget, where did I put my notebook? I have to write everything down.
Looking for answers was part of Evie's observant nature and analytical mind. Her recurrent dreams began shortly after a period in 1956, when she'd completely lost consciousness.
Oh, here it is. Evie's Nightmare Journal.
Evie was worried that someone might read it. That's why she kept it locked away under that complicated padlock.
Yes,
Is this... are you Evangeline Drayton?
that's right. Who am I talking to?
I am the Dean of Archaeology at Miskatonic University. I believe you wanted to ask me some questions, right?
Yes, of course. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Professor
Meet me today at 6 p.m. at 5 Prospect Road, outside of Boston.
Boston? That's almost a 2-hour train ride from Arkham. I thought
Do you want to talk or not?
Yes, of course. I'll be there. 6 p.m., Prospect Road. See you in a couple of hours, Professor. All right, I should get ready. There's a lot of information here about...
Before leaving, Evie asked herself if she had finished gathering all the information in her room.
All right, I think I've gathered what I need.
As odd as it seemed to Evie that the Dean didn't meet her at the university, her need to know was stronger than her doubts. She was determined to attend the meeting. There, she would come across another protagonist in this story.
So, you have finally decided to talk to that young lady, Professor.
Yes.
Acknowledging responsibility for our previous mistakes is vital to moving forward. You've taken a crucial step in...
Listen, there's no need for us to talk, Doctor. The only reason I let you into my house is because you insisted it was necessary to prescribe my medication.
This is also the story of a sad, guilt-ridden, and lonely man. This is the story of my husband, Professor Harry Everhart.
Yes, I know well enough that discussing the effectiveness of our therapy sessions with you is futile. But you need to understand that therapy is just a part of the whole treatment. Without it, I can't go
Then ask whatever you deem necessary, and let's get this over with as soon as possible.
Fine. What about your position as dean at Miskatonic University? We talked some time ago about your relationship with work was somewhat obsessive.
I didn't say that. You did.
Well, you told me you practically lived secluded in this very home, and the only thing that drove you to leave it was your job obligations. So, how would you define that?
I do what they pay me for. Teaching, student assessment, and certain logistical duties fall within my responsibilities. Cheering at the Miskatonic Mariners football games does not.
And are you happy with that? With your life now?
What kind of question is that?
Well, I'm asking it because it sounds like you're subjecting yourself to a kind of self-punishment.
I am not. Next question.
There's another topic you've never wanted to delve into, Professor. Would you now be open to...
You're going to do it anyway, so go ahead.
Okay. What happened to your wife, Professor?
She died at home after a long disease.
Harry hated giving details about my death, especially if those details meant talking about a certain expedition and deaths other than mine.
I see. And how do you feel about that and all?
What's my wife got to do with all this?
You see, the reason I'm asking, Professor, is because when we began therapy, you mentioned visions. Some sort of oily shadows casting themselves on the wall. You mentioned those visions began shortly after whatever happened to your wife. So, tell me, do you still see those shadows, Professor?
No. Not since I started taking the medication, at least.
Excellent. That means the medication is working. Listen, there is something different I want to try in today's session. I believe hypnotherapy might...
Don't even think about it. Hypnotism is a scam.
Professor, with all due respect, I believe you're mistaking mesmerism with hypnotism. Even so, if you want me to prescribe the...
You won't give me my medication unless I submit to your quack experiment, is that it?
I'm deeply sorry you see it that way, Professor. But I need you to trust me in this.
Then go ahead. Wave a pocket watch in my face if that's what you need to do.
There's no need for pocket watches, Professor. The sound of a metronome will be more than enough. I need you to relax and free your mind. And think of something pleasant. A fond memory, if you will. Something that took place here, in the Everhart Manor.
A fond memory? In this place?
It wasn't easy for Harry to find a fond memory in the same manor where he had spent an extremely unhappy childhood.
Maybe.
Maybe.
December 1930. The last Christmas my wife and I ever spent at Everhart Manor. She insisted on coming, despite my parents never approving of our marriage. But that was the kind of person she was.
Interesting. Tell me more about it, Professor Everhart.
Every time I gave her a present, I prepared a little scavenger hunt. She loved it. She loved solving my stupid riddles.
As you may have noticed, this story has more than one protagonist. And though I am not one of them, I believe I, Nora Everhart, play a crucial part in it. Can I open my eyes now, Harry?
Not yet. We're almost there. Let me open the door and... Now, open your eyes.
Look what you've prepared. It's another one of your scavenger hunts, huh?
Of course, old pal. Now, if you want your present, you'll have to earn it.
Can I use my journal to write down clues?
Well, technically that's against the rules, but I'll turn a blind eye this time.
You're so kind. I wonder what my darling husband is keeping locked up in here.
You'll have to put that brain of yours to work to find it.
Tell me you didn't vandalize a piano just for a scavenger hunt, old pal.
Nora, who do you think I am? It's just crayon. Wait. There's something wrong in this memory. This wasn't...
Ignore it. Focus on that moment. Your wife. That happy memory.
I can't believe it! It's that statuette! And it even has a black ooze orb. Just what I wanted for Christmas.
No. Wait. What do you mean a statuette? Don't touch it, Nora!
Keep going, Professor. It's important. Where is the statuette now?
You're no psychiatrist. Who are you?
I'm not going to ask you again, Professor Everhart.
Shortly after Harry's peculiar hypnosis session, Evie finally arrived at Everhart Manor.
Prospect Road 5. Here it is. Professor Everhart. It's me, Evangeline. Wait. What is going on here? Professor? Is everything all right?
Most people would have turned away and left, but not Evangeline Drayton. She had been waiting for months to talk with the professor. No way was she letting it slip away. So, she decided to climb over the walls of the Everhart Manor.
Ugh. This looks like something straight out of Tales from the Crypt. Hey, that window is open. Professor Everhart. It's me, Evangeline. Wow, look at the size of this library. It's almost as big as Miskatonic's.
Actually, it wasn't even a third the size of Miskatonic's library.
This must be the professor's office. Books in different languages. Spanish, Italian, German, Latin. Looks like one is missing. A key. I wonder what...
Evie's last remarkable trait was her extraordinary memory, a gift I was never blessed with. So, allow me, the narrator of this tale, to be the one taking notes. For the sake of clarity, of course.
Is this young man Professor Everhart? It does look like him. Rich... Et voila! A ripped canvas. The man's definitely a dead ringer for the professor. Can't see a thing in here. Better turn my flashlight on. Ah, much better. These tools haven't been used in a long time. That explains why the garden was an absolute mess. Looks... Wow, this room is really depressing. Looks like a memorial of some kind. Someone has ripped the canvas. There's a Latin inscription in its frame. Providere debemus. Good heavens above, would you look at the size of this place? A switchblade. It has the name J. Zanuck engraved on it. A switchblade. This vase-like thing with a face engraved on it can be rotated. It's raining cats and dogs. It looks like there's a symbol carved into that bucket. Is that a fish? stone staircase is slippery. This is so beautiful. Yeah. It's a woman's grave. Nora Everhart. This must be the professor's wife.
Evie found it hard to believe that the recluse living in the abandoned mansion had ever loved anyone. But he had. Truly and profoundly.
Darn it. This door is locked. This definitely looks like the greenhouse key. Oh dear. In loving memory of our firstborn son, John Ever. Father, husband, and servant found her path in the shadow of mourning?
Harry rarely spoke of his brother John, mostly because he had never known him. The boy had died years before Harry was born. Still, he believed that tragic incident had...
Now it's open. It appears to be a Spanish edition of the sun. These are so pretty. May you rest in peace, Mrs. Everhart.
That beautiful gesture of Evie's toward a deceased woman she had never known said a great deal about her character.
Secret compartment?
Evie had never been good with languages, least of all a dead one like Latin. Even so, she managed to grasp the general meaning of the phrase. We can't change the past, but we must anticipate the future.
Looks like a music box of some sort. Unbelievable. There's some... Definitely like a mystery novel. Ooh, I guess I need to go see what's down there. Professor! 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 Statuette's broken! And the sphere! Shattered to pieces! I wonder if I...
No! Don't touch it! Don't touch it.
Introductions between strangers are always a bit awkward. But in Evie and Harry's case, things were even more uncomfortable, due to the unusual circumstances under which they had met.
How are you feeling, Professor?
Considering I was assaulted, knocked unconscious, and someone tried to rob me in my own home, I suppose not all that well.
Evie didn't know where to start. So, she took the most formal approach.
We haven't been properly introduced.
I know who you are, Miss Drayton. We had an appointment today. And I can also imagine what it is you want to talk to me about.
Evie was taken aback. He knew? So Professor Everhart had read her letters after all.
I suppose you have some questions for me, so go ahead.
What is, or was, that statuette?
You haven't touched any of the pieces of it, have you?
No. You made that very clear.
Good. Because that black orb is made of...
Harry thought of telling her the orb contained the blood of an elder god that came from beyond time and space. But he chose not to frighten Evie for now.
a very dangerous substance.
I read in a Herald article that the statuette was found in an excavation in Virginia. Is that correct?
Yes. In the caves near the Rappahannock River.
It was led by a professor from Miskatonic, right? Paisley or Presley?
Nathaniel Wingate Peasley.
Yes, Peasley. Do you think it would be possible to speak with him?
No. He passed away a few years ago. Of natural causes. Or so I hope.
I thought the statuette was in the Miskatonic archive.
Yes, well, I brought it here for a research project I'm working on. About ancient civilizations.
Harry couldn't come up with a better excuse than that. Because I've hidden it in my own house to keep prying hands from succumbing to the terrifying powers of the Elder Gods sounded infinitely worse.
Who's responsible for all this?
For the robbery? Dr. Frog in the throat.
Who?
My psychiatrist. Or so I thought. I never should have brought him here. I've been too careless.
Statuette is in pieces. What happened?
I destroyed it.
You destroyed it?
Yes. It was better than letting it fall into the wrong hands.
Evie felt frustrated. After all the effort it had taken to get Professor Everhart to agree to talk with her about that statuette. And on that very day, that curmudgeon shattered the relic into 1,000 pieces.
Dangerous? What do you mean? Is it toxic?
Worse than that. I've seen people lose their sanity and their health just by coming into contact with that substance.
But there has to be more, right? More of those statuettes.
I really doubt it.
Are you sure? Because I'm convinced of it, Professor.
And why are you so convinced of that?
I've seen them. In my dreams.
What are you talking about?
Dreams about strange and ancient artifacts brought Harry bad memories. For personal reasons.
My dreams. I mentioned them in my letters. You remember? So, I've long dreamed of a place. It's an ancient stone city, hidden in the jungle, from prehistoric times. And there are more statuettes like that one, all holding those black orbs.
Miss Drayton, you better forget about...
So, if Peasley found that statuette in Virginia, maybe there could be more there.
Listen to me, Miss Drayton.
Maybe in those caves I could find more...
Enough of that! How could you be such a fool? Haven't you listened to a single word I've said? Don't you ever think of going near that cave in Virginia.
Professor, you can't be serious. I need answers.
Of course I'm serious! I forbid it!
Are you done yelling now? All right. Now that you've calmed down, I'll tell you that I'm a grown-up, and you can't prevent me from going anywhere. And while we're at it, my mother taught me manners. And as far as I know, if it weren't for me, you'd still be locked up behind that fireplace. So maybe now's a good time to show a little gratitude.
It had been years since anyone argued with Harry, and for the first time in a long time, he felt that an interaction with another human being had been authentic. Perhaps not very enjoyable, but authentic nonetheless.
That fireplace can be opened from the inside, Miss Drayton.
Oh, well,
But even so, I owe you an apology. You've taken quite a risk without even knowing me, Miss Drayton. So, thank you.
all right. Apology accepted.
You're completely determined to go to those caves, aren't you?
Yes, absolutely.
You're right. I can't stop you from going to Virginia. But how do you plan to get there from Arkham?
Well, I don't know. I hadn't really thought about it. I don't think there's a regular bus service, is there?
No, there is not. So here's my proposal. I'll go to Virginia with you. I'll take care of all the expenses, don't worry. If there's one thing I have plenty of, it's money. All I ask in return is that you please follow my instructions while we're there. And be very careful. We'll look for whatever it is you want to find there, and then we'll leave. Agreed, Miss Drayton?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Professor. And don't worry. I promise I won't get in any trouble.
Harry couldn't help but doubt that Evie would keep her promise. But even so, he immediately liked that sharp-tongued and stubborn girl. Which made sense. Harry had been a good friend of Evie's father, after all.
Here we are, the Rappahannock River Caves.
But this place is closed off.
It is indeed. Apparently one of the excavation members died in there. An archaeologist named John Teague. That's why the government shut down the dig shortly after the statuette was found.
Wait, so what we're doing here is illegal?
If I told you that we were trespassing, would that stop you from going in, Miss Drayton?
Not really.
Then go ahead, please. Here, take one. We'll use these to stay in touch. Apparently, the cave branches off into countless tunnels, forming a maze where it's easy to get lost. So watch your step, because the... Evangeline! Miss Drayton? Miss Drayton, can you hear me? Are you all right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm safe. I'm on the path.
Follow the excavation trail. It'll lead you to the underground lake.
A lake? In here?
Yes. The water from the Rappahannock seeps through limestone, so there's a complex hydrological system inside the cave. Peasley mentioned they had come across the statuette somewhere around that lake. It was one of the few things he still recalled from the dig.
Wait, he didn't remember the dig?
In his own words, he suffered a period of absence. Amnesia of some sort. He didn't even recall planning the excavation.
Professor, you won't believe this, but I had amnesia too. I don't remember anything from September to November of last year. When I came to, I was surrounded by books and articles about a place in Norway called Spitsbergen.
Spitsbergen? Isn't that near the Arctic Circle?
Professor? Professor! Do you hear me? Wow. What is this place?
Miss Drayton, over here. I'm here. I'm glad to see you. I thought you'd gotten lost. Are you all right?
Yes, thank you. You weren't lying about those tunnels. Have you found anything, Professor?
This mural. Come take a look at it. Notice how, even though the stone seems to have been carved millennia ago, The lines repeat with an almost rhythmic cadence. It's as if they were trying to convey a coded message. What do you think?
All of that was Greek to Evie. Her world was equations and laboratory experiments, not decoding ancient languages.
Well, I'm no expert in architecture, but I think I've seen structures like these in my dreams.
Really? Good. Good. That means we're on the right track.
I'll take a look around, see if I can find anything interesting.
Fine. Just don't wander too far from the excavation site.
What do you think this means, Professor?
Warnings? Directions? Timelines? For now, it's hard to tell.
Here's another one of those murals, and it looks better preserved than the one you're examining.
Excellent. When I'm finished with this one, I'll come take a look.
I found some diving equipment. What if Peasley didn't find that statuette near the lake, but rather beneath the lake?
You're not thinking what I believe you're thinking, Miss Drayton.
Well, that depends. What do you believe I'm thinking?
Getting into that diving suit and going down into the depths of the lake.
No. I just want to take a look around. That's all.
Gentlemen, I'll be recording the meeting.
This diving suit needs a full air cylinder. Oh, darn it. This machine doesn't seem to be working. The wiring in this place doesn't look too tricky. I think I could get it running again.
They're teaching physics majors to repair junk now?
Hardly. My Uncle Mo showed me the ropes. Now it's working. This empty cylinder... Well, it must be full of air now. You won't believe it, but I managed to get the whole diving system working. The suit is ready to...
What? Didn't I tell you to leave that damn suit alone?
But Professor,
You promised you wouldn't get into any trouble. That's why I brought you here, remember?
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Of course I'm right. What were you thinking? Forget about going down into that lake. You hear me?
Okay, Professor. Sorry about that.
Evie knew perfectly well that going down into the depths of the lake was not only dangerous, it was reckless. Besides, she had given the professor her word. So she asked herself if she really wanted to go down there. And the answer, of course, was yes.
Professor, can you hear me? I'm sorry, but I'm going down.
What? Are you out of your mind? Don't do it! You're going to...
I have to go, Professor. I'm sorry. Wow.
Evangeline? Evangeline! Can you hear me?
Yep, I'm here, Professor.
How could you go down there on your own? That was utterly reckless. Don't you realize the danger you're in? Come back up right now.
Please calm down. It's all right. I just want to take a look down here.
Evie felt she was so close to finding answers. And she was already down there. What harm could it do if she just took a look at that refinery?
This is madness. I should have been the one to go down.
Professor, how could you possibly go down here at your age?
What do you mean at my age? I'm only 67.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were like 80?
Harry found himself thinking he might have let himself go too much. 80 years old? Really?
Oh, must be the beard. Tell me what you see, please.
It's hard to put into words. I never imagined an underwater cave could hold so much beauty.
What's happening?
This place is full of black liquid waterfalls?
Miss Drayton, please. Turn back at once and return by...
Oh no. No! I'm trapped! There's a column of black ooze behind me. Oh God. What do I do?
Keep calm, Evangeline. We'll find a way out, all right? And most important, don't go near the black ooze under any circumstances. Now move forward and tell me what you see.
I see a ladder. Someone from the excavation must have made it this far.
Climb it. The farther you are from the black ooze, the better.
I'm out of the water. I think I'm in the refinery Peasley talked about. I don't know if I can actually do anything here. The whole chamber looks dead. Powered down. Wait, I'll try to redirect the black ooze upward.
Fine, but please be careful.
Don't worry. This isn't so different from the fluids lab back at Miskatonic. right, I think I've got it. I've redirected the black ooze upwards, so...
Yes. Something's happening up here. Let me take a look.
What is that?
Harry's fascination was growing. Here he had living proof of an ancient civilization with technology beyond anything he had ever seen.
You're right, Evangeline. Those ruins are actually towers. Stone towers. Evangeline, there's another mural in here.
Do you think you can interpret it, Professor? What does it portray?
Apparently they used fire to do... something.
That makes sense. This is some sort of refinery, after all.
I see an entrance ahead. Oh my.
What is it, Professor?
You were right. This stone tower is filled with statuettes.
For many years, Harry had been haunted by that statuette. Still, he felt reassured to find that none of these held a sphere of black ooze.
The statuette fits perfectly. Cave's temperature just dropped a few degrees.
Only Harry.
Tower with black ooze. I think it's heating up. That purple hue. Yes, it should be complete now.
Harry glanced uneasily at the freshly made black orb. He didn't like it one bit.
All right. I think I've followed all the steps. Now I just need to send it to Evangeline. I hope she knows what to do with it.
Evie finally held the statuette in her hands, and at once...
Now it looks right.
Excellent. Now you should be able to cross safely. Come on, get out of there, quickly!
Professor? I'm losing you.
Delene!
Professor! Professor! I can't hear you!
Evie felt a chill sweep through her body.
Don't worry, Jennifer. Everything's gonna be fine.
Impossible though it was, she had just heard her dead father's voice, unmistakably.
It works! It works! The path is open!
Evangeline? I can hear you now.
Oh, good. Glad you're back, Professor.
I'll be waiting for you here. Once you're out, we'll return to... What the...
Professor?
Evangeline, listen to me. There's someone else here.
What do you mean, someone else?
Stay down there until I tell you to...
Professor? Professor!
Evie lingered in the dark waters of the cave, waiting for the professor's signal. A signal that never came. Even so, prudent as she was in waiting, her air supply wouldn't last forever. So when all the noise above finally ceased, she decided to come up.
Professor! Professor, I finally have it! I have the statue...
Well, this is interesting. You're going to have to come with us, Miss Drayton.
Wake her up. Welcome back, Evangeline.
Finally, this is also the story of an obsessive, manipulative, and ambitious man. This is the story of Caleb Bowen.
Wait, where am I?
I'll be the one asking the questions here, girl. My name is Caleb Bowen. I work for the United States government.
Bowen often made that claim, though it was at best a half-truth. Sure, he'd worked for the government once, but that was a long time ago, and he'd been running solo for years.
Do you realize that you trespassed on a site closed off by the United States government? And more importantly, that you were seen in the company of Professor Harrison Everhart. You may not know this, but Everhart is a subversive individual. We suspect he may be working for the communists.
Bowen kept lying. He knew Harry could be many things, but a communist was definitely not one of them.
I don't believe you. You're lying to me.
Oh, not at all, Evangeline. I'll show you who Professor Everhart really is. Your father's name was Franklin Drayton. He and his brother Moses ran a workshop in Benoit, Mississippi called Drayton Motors. He died in a work accident in San Francisco in 1934. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Well, maybe things aren't quite as you think they are, girl. Do you recognize anyone besides your father in this photograph?
Wait, is that Professor Everhart?
Oh, correct. Everhart led an expedition to the Pacific in 1934. Your father was part of that expedition.
That was the only truth Bowen told during his conversation with Evangeline.
Your father didn't die in San Francisco, Miss Drayton. He died in excruciating agony, alone and abandoned, on an island in the Pacific, and all because of Professor Everhart. I bet he never told you that, did he? In fact, every member of the Everhart expedition died or disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Even the professor's wife, whose strange illness was the impetus for the expedition, died under equally mysterious circumstances.
I didn't die under mysterious circumstances. I died in our bed, holding Harry's hand. But Bowen had no interest in telling that part.
How can you possibly know that?
One of my associates was part of that expedition. She also perished, though not before informing us of what had happened.
Evie was in shock and full of doubt. The professor was a withdrawn and sullen individual and, frankly, really hard to deal with, but could he also be responsible for her father's death? Despite her doubts, she kept silent, and wisely so. She still didn't trust this Bowen fella, regardless of his claim that he worked for the government.
Now you know the kind of person you've gotten involved with, Evangeline. And the kind of trouble you're in. I have a few questions for you. For your own good, I suggest you cooperate. That platform beneath the lake in the Rappahannock River caves, how did you manage to activate it?
You want me to explain how to activate that platform? It's easy.
Go on.
You just have to stop being a dim-witted weasel.
Don't test my patience, little girl. You don't know what I'm capable of.
Don't listen to her, Pharaoh. You must have recognized the girl's cognitive pattern, I'm sure of it. She even mentioned a period of amnesia. Just like Peasley.
I hope you're right.
Evangeline had not the slightest idea what those two men were talking about.
Next question. You said a word while you were asleep. Narcotis. Do you know what that means?
It means pompous government jerk with a ridiculous pencil mustache.
You watch your mouth, girl. I'm warning you. Final question. Have you heard of someone named Dr. West?
Yes, he's a famous proctologist. Maybe he could help with your hemorrhoids.
You think you're funny, you damn brat? Want me to teach you some manners, huh?
Besides being obsessive, manipulative, and ambitious, Caleb Bowen was also racist. And Evie mocking him didn't sit well with him at all.
I'll teach you some manners, you damn brat!
This is a waste of time, Pharaoh. It's obvious the girl is hiding something, but there are more effective and less traumatic ways of getting that information.
You're right. Proceed.
I told you everything I know. I promise.
No, you have not. But let's find out what you really know. Please take a look at this. Do you understand this language?
Even though it was written in those puzzling characters, Evie understood the book's title. Narcotic Manuscripts. Non-linear displacements toward the Great Library and reversible transfer of cognitive pattern.
Tell me, Miss Drayton, what's written in the book cover?
Narcotic manuscripts.
Evie surprised herself. Had she spoken against her will? She couldn't help but translate the book's subtitle as well. She was feeling more and more tired.
That's better, Miss Drayton. Now, open the book. Focus and listen to my voice. Listen to my voice while you read the book to us. Read the book to us.
Salvek, Kornathun, Nakotas.
What just happened? Am I in my dorm?
Oh no, Evie was not in her dorm room. Not at all.
Hey, over here, Evangeline. Hey, how are things, kid?
Papa! Papa! But it can't be! You're alive?
Oh, of course I am, darling. But you have to find a way.
That was not her father, of course.
You must reach Nakotas.
Have I crossed another one of those portals? Good Lord, none of this makes any sense. This is weird. Really weird.
Salvek, Kornathun, Nakotas.
Driving motors? Dad and Uncle Mo's motor shop in Benoit? This key just appeared, out of the blue.
Moses, we're running out of money. If we don't get some cash soon, we'll have to shut the shop down. Yeah, well, that's easy for you to say. I've got a daughter to provide for.
You're a whiz, mister. Would you be interested by any chance in an exciting job opportunity in the Pacific?
Papa, don't do it! Don't go to San Francisco, please! Hey, what just happened?
It'll only be a few days, Jitterbug. I'll be back before you can say Jack Robinson.
Drayton is dead, but it doesn't matter. His death brings me closer to an answer. I'll do whatever it takes. The only thing that matters is Nora's life.
Wait, no. That doesn't sound like the professor at all.
Evie realized Bowen's lies were seeping into her thoughts.
Frank, how do you feel?
Not good. But that doesn't matter anymore, Mr. Harry. Just listen to me. Get off this cursed island. You'll find nothing here but death. Go back home. Spend what time you've got left with your wife. And there's another thing I want to ask of you.
Where am I now? Who are you?
Salve, Cornathun, Nakotas.
The great engineer?
Salve, Cornathun, Nakotas. Incredible. Did you hear that? We were right. We finally found the coordinates. At last we know where Nakotas lies. Thanks for your cooperation, Miss Drayton.
About an hour after Evangeline had her otherworldly vision,
Finally, I'm inside.
Harry snuck into the same building where she was being kept captive. He had been there many years ago, when he was seeking funding for the Everhart expedition.
Miss Drayton, are you there? What on earth?
Harry had always suspected that the starry wisdom was something far more simple.
Apparently, the only... These people are out of their minds, no doubt about it. And they clearly have a pathological... There's a pyramid in the center of this chamber. I wonder if... Certain sections of this pyramid seem to move.
For a moment, Harry wondered whether it was a good idea to mess with the mechanism, but he quickly dismissed the thought. Even if it meant alerting someone, he had to find Evangeline and get out of there.
Yes, the doors to the upper rooms are open. This looks like an... This book seems to recount traditions of ancient Egypt. This book... heaven's sake. An archaeologist's office for sure. There's something written in German in these pages.
Although Harry's German was a bit rusty, he...
This must be the group's official photographer.
The letter laid bare the bad blood between some of the cult members. Something pretty common when power-hungry fanatics are involved.
A bin full of discarded prints. Trays with various chemical substances. That looks like a device to make prints from photographic film. This fella clearly has expensive tastes. I'm impressed. What nonsense are they talking about now? You have to be some kind of narcissist to snap a pic of yourself, especially if it's just to show off your muscles. The robbery at my house could have gone way worse, all things considered. Just an office. But this couch... Michonne's glad to be rid of him. This metronome still makes my skin crawl.
Pharaoh already announced the ritual positions. I'll have to be next to Orion nearly all year.
Harry immediately recognized the voice of Dr. Frog in the Throat.
I've always despised...
1955. So they've been doing this for a while now. A roll of film. I wonder what's on it. A roll of film. I wonder... This looks like a biologist's office. The shelf is packed with every kind of specimen. Looks like it came straight out of Dr. Frankenstein's lab. I'm sure I could name all the fish in this aquarium.
Much to his dismay, Harry had become something of an expert on fish, especially those with striking spotted patterns.
Looks like even kooky cultists have a love life. Who would have thought? They rotated the positions. What does that mean? Good. I've developed the photo. Good. That elevator. It must be the access to Bowen's office. Evangeline has to be there. I'm sure of it.
As he rode the elevator up, Harry regretted not bringing a weapon. What if Bowen was still up there?
All right. Let's see what you're hiding here, you scoundrel. That doesn't sound good at all. And what's this Azathoth business? Say, isn't that Senator McCarthy?
Indeed. Caleb's friend Joe was none other than Senator Joseph McCarthy, who led the infamous witch hunts against alleged communists.
Consciousness exchange? Is he talking about mind swapping? Apparently that John Teague was Fornax, another cult member. So the cult was on the expedition along with Peasley. How long have they been behind all this? Spitsbergen. That's the place in Norway Evangeline mentioned. Well, looks like they give this medal to just about anyone. Bowen is paranoid. A secret area in the secret back room of his secret office. What is that? Some kind of odd crystal.
Harry sensed that the trapezohedron, glowing with a strange light, held immense power. A power that would be very dangerous if unleashed. And although he felt the urge to touch it, he decided it was better not to.
Josephine Kerwin. She who transcends beyond death. It can't be. That's Cass.
Ah, yes. That was the confirmation of something Harry had long suspected. Bowen never admitted it, but he had sabotaged Harry's expedition.
Enoch Bowen and the Shining Trapezohedron. Dr. West? This creature seems vaguely familiar.
Evangeline had to be on the other side of that door, no doubt about it. But Harry stopped before entering. Was there anything left for him to find in Caleb Bowen's office?
Please be all right, Evangeline. Let's go, Miss Drayton. We have to get out of here.
Look, it's the engineer. I've seen one of those creatures before. In my dreams. In the Stone City, in the jungle. He spoke to me in my dreams, Professor. I have to...
Forget about it, Miss Drayton. We'd have to call the police and...
Calling the police won't do any good, Professor. We have to go to Spitsbergen. I need to talk with him, with the great engineer.
Miss Drayton, don't you realize this doesn't make any sense? We can't chase Bowen and his...
No, you don't understand. Bowen isn't in Spitsbergen. He's on his way to the city, on his way to Nakotis.
Harry couldn't believe what he had just heard. Evangeline had mentioned a place he had known in dreams, long ago. So long ago, he had nearly forgotten it.
I had a strange dream today. I was inside a vast library and gazed at vistas of another world.
All these questions came crashing down on Harry. And suddenly, he wasn't so convinced anymore. Before boarding the plane to Norway, Evie and Harry talked about the trip. About where they'd be stopping over. About what they'd do once they got to Spitsbergen. They talked about bringing plenty of warm clothing and gear and supplies to make it through. They talked about getting their documents and passports in order. They even talked about the strange city they had both dreamt of. But Evie knew there was something they hadn't talked about. A question she didn't know how to ask the professor, because every time she'd tried, the right words never came out. But a long flight leaves plenty of time to think.
Professor?
Yes?
When I was being held by that man, Bowen, he showed me a picture of you. A picture of you and my father in the Pacific. Did you know my father, Professor?
And then, it was Harry who didn't know how to find the right words. Because even though he'd been waiting years for that question, he still didn't know how to answer it. Evie took Harry's silence as a yes.
Don't you think you at least owe me an explanation for all of this?
Yes. Yes. Of course. But, look, I wanted to.
You wanted what? Just talk, for God's sake.
All right. I'll explain everything.
Good. We've got plenty of time to spare before we land.
My wife, Nora, was diagnosed with an incurable disease. The same hereditary illness of unknown origin that had struck her mother before her. The doctors had no answer. So I decided to find it myself. I never imagined the answer would take me so far away. To a remote island in the Pacific. Back then, I didn't have the financial independence I have now. So I had to raise money and put a team together. Do you remember the night before your father left for work in San Francisco? You were probably 5 or 6 years old?
Oh, God. Yes, I remember. I remember a beautiful, dark-haired woman, a nervous, scrawny guy, and a man who seemed really happy about something.
I'll never forget those words. You're a whiz, mister. Would you be interested, by any chance, in an exciting job opportunity in the Pacific? That's right. Frank agreed to come with us to the island. It pained him to leave you and your mother back in Mississippi, but he needed the money and I was paying very well. But that island wasn't what we expected. There was something there that... Let's just say there are forces in this world that mankind ought not to meddle with, Miss Drayton. Things like the black ooze, and on that island, it was everywhere. I told you, it's the most dangerous substance I've ever come across. We found that out when one of the expedition members came into contact with it. It was him, driven mad, who attacked your father. Just a shallow cut with an ancient dagger, but enough to infect him with that black liquid. That is what took Frank's life. I did what I could to look after him, but that infection, it was beyond anything I could handle. His final words still haunt me. Harry, please look after my wife and my little girl. And that's what I've been trying to do all these years. though evidently not as well as I might have done.
Evie was speechless. She could not believe it.
Take care of me? What are you talking about? I just met you a week ago. I've never had anyone except my mother. And the only help we ever got was from the insurance checks. What kind of help are you—
There was no insurance, Evangeline.
What?
Harry decided that since he'd started telling the truth, he wouldn't stop halfway.
I am the Hydrangea Foundation. Hydrangeas were just Nora's favorite flowers, that's all.
And then Evie understood. She understood the strange and painful sacrifice that man had made.
I wasn't the one who drove that dagger into your father, but I dragged him to that island and didn't listen when he told me we had to leave.
Harry had spent a long time avoiding the truth of what had happened nearly 30 years before, on that island in the Pacific. But for the first time in ages, he was forced to face it.
So yes, your father died because of me. I can't tell you how sorry I am. I won't be so foolish as to ask for your forgiveness. I know I have no right to it. I understand how you must feel now. I understand that you hate me.
Indeed. You don't have the right to ask for anything. We have to do what we have to do. But once we stop Bowen, I don't want to see you ever again.
I understand.
And as the conversation ended, Harry felt strangely satisfied. He had to pay for what he had done, didn't he? And without Evie's forgiveness, everything made sense to him. Things between Evangeline and Harry couldn't have been colder, even colder than the freezing weather on that remote Norwegian island.
God, this is unbearable. How can you endure this cold? Looks like you like it.
It's not that I like it, but heat.
I used to like heat, but then I spent 3 months isolated on a Pacific island and watched everyone around me die, Harry thought of saying.
I've grown accustomed to the cold over the years, that's all.
What we saw in Bowen's office? The Black Pharaoh, Azathoth, and all that? What do you think it means?
Just the ramblings of a madman, I'm sure of it. I'm actually more worried about the other things. Spitsbergen, the statue, your memory loss, and your dreams about that creature. Too much of a coincidence, isn't it? This sign. It's written in Norwegian. I guess we're close.
Do you really believe it's possible to switch minds?
Honestly, Miss Drayton, I have no clue what we're dealing with. But whatever it is, we'd better stop Bowen as soon as possible.
Here it is, the radio station.
The storm is getting stronger.
We'd better stay close to each other, Professor.
A book titled The Unspeakable Cult doesn't sound like a very pleasant read.
I can see some banners on the building. They look like... oh.
Nazis. I hate these guys.
Just as I thought. No power in here.
Is there anything we can do without power? If there's a key, there must be a generator here somewhere.
current must have caused a power surge in that distribution panel up there. Let me take a look. Maybe I can fix it. Okay. Darn it. This fuse box is sealed. You don't happen to have a screwdriver on you, do you?
What do you think?
Perfect. This'll do. An old fuse box. And it looks like it still works. Even after years under this weather.
What's the problem?
Well, the whole base runs on an interlock circuit.
What does that mean? I know nothing of technical stuff and you know it.
It means that for the power to reach the antenna, you'll have to manually turn on each switch in order.
You mean I have to look for switches all over the base?
That's right. I'll route the power from this fuse box and then you turn it on.
Fine. Stay put. I'll get back to you.
Up to you now, Professor.
This looks like the station's garage. Good. I managed to turn this thing on. Evangeline, try another switch.
Okay. Your turn, Professor.
Good. I managed to turn this thing on. Evangeline, try another switch.
Okay.
Your turn, Evangeline.
You're in charge now.
Good. I managed to turn this thing on. Evangeline, try another switch.
Okay.
Please, by all means.
Up to you now, Professor.
Evangeline, I see a...
Harry hesitated to say the words because of how absurd they might sound.
space ship of some sort?
A spaceship? You mean like a flying saucer?
Yes, we did it!
We're good. Power's on. I'm heading back to the antenna, Professor.
Okay, Evangeline. Huh. Wasn't expecting to see one of these here.
What are you talking about?
It's an Enigma machine. A message encryption device the Nazis used to encode top-secret messages.
But how could you possibly know that?
I worked in intelligence during World War II. Obviously, I was too old to be sent to the front lines. And I can't see a thing without my glasses. But the OSS thought someone like me could be useful cracking codes. So they sent me to Fort Meade, Maryland, to the Signal Security Agency building. Looks like someone in Fort Meade really dislikes superhero comics. What a shame. This looks pretty good. Enigma decoding instructions. Ah, the set of components that makes Enigma's encryption possible. We worked hand in hand with the Brits. They'd already managed to crack Enigma, so we hoped their work could help us break JN-25, the Japanese naval encryption system. This is the message that needs to be deciphered. Excellent. I think I solved it. Maybe we can use their deconstruction process and adapt it to crack the Japanese ciphers. Of course, it was hard leaving Nora alone at home. But she insisted. She knew I could help our country fight the Axis. So my only condition for working at Fort Meade was that my wife could contact me whenever she needed. Yes?
Hello, my dear old pal.
Nora, it's so good to hear your voice.
How are things going over there, my love?
Well, you know they won't let me tell you anything about what I do here, but we're making progress. Mostly thanks to the British.
Blimey, who'd have thought the bloomin' Brits saving our hides?
Yes, they are, Nora. How are you feeling today? Have you had any fever this morning, or...?
I'm fine, Harry. I'm more worried about you, actually. How are they treating you in Maryland? Are you eating well?
Yes, I can't complain, but I feel like I'm wasting our time. I should be making the most of every day there with you instead of...
Listen to me, Harry. We both know there will come a day when I won't be by your side anymore. But it doesn't make sense to live waiting for that moment. Besides, you're not going to live forever either, old pal. One day you'll kick the bucket too. You know that?
Oh, that's what I call a cold comfort.
Why? What do you think happens when we die?
There has to be something more.
Oh? You mean like heaven?
Don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting St. Peter to open the pearly gates for me, or walking on clouds or any of that, but maybe what we call heaven is just a good moment that repeats over and over again. Like, I don't know, the early days of our newlywed life in Englewood. We were so young back then, and we didn't know about your illness yet. I don't know if this is just a belief or mere hope, but...
Then, I promise you that when the time comes, I'll be waiting for you in our house in Englewood.
Let's talk about something else, all right, Nora? Because if we keep this up, I'm going to burst into tears and lose whatever little respect the army boys at Fort Meade have for me.
All right, darling, I'll let you get back to it. Crack those codes, Commander Everhart. All of America is counting on you.
I'll try my best. I love you, Nora.
And I love you, Harry. I'll talk to you soon.
ZNPC.
Sounds like a secret Nazi project, doesn't it?
Boy, this radio station gets creepier every minute.
Yes, I can feel a shiver down my spine. And it's not the cold.
Looks like a workers' registry from 1943. It's the Dienstausweis of an SS Oberstgruppenführer. Some Otto Adler.
English, please?
What on earth were they doing in this place? This encrypted message is rather short. I wonder what it contains. Januar 1943. That means January 1943.
Well, yeah. That one's not too hard to guess.
Februar 1943.
That's February 43, right?
An encrypted message. An encrypted message. No use. It's encrypted. There's some sort of cable here. There's some sort of... The Nazis probably abandoned the base. That's why this message was never received. Code. I wonder.
Could that be the code to access the reinforced door, Professor?
German names with numbers assigned. A reinforced door. You still think this is just a radio station?
All right, I've got to admit, this is weird as hell.
At last, we did it, Evangeline.
So the station was just a cover-up. But I wonder what for.
Whatever it is, we're going to find out. And soon.
Harry tried to keep his composure when he saw the oily shadow. He didn't want to alarm Evie.
Let us out.
They locked their own people in here. How could they?
They're Nazis, Evangeline. They're not exactly the good guys. Do you think we'll find that great engineer of yours down here?
I hope so. This trip will have been a total waste of money.
But Evie suspected there was much. Harry held his breath. The black shadows were back again. But then...
What the hell is that thing?
You can see that too?
That sort of cloud of black smoke? Of course. It looks alive.
Offices, control room, Kronos lab. That must be it. We have to go through to the other side. But how will we open these doors?
You said control room, right? I bet we can operate the doors from there.
That makes sense. Okay, To get there, we'll need to go downstairs and through the offices.
But Professor, the way downstairs is flooded. Well, it seems there's no other choice. Which of
I'll
us...
go this time, and I'm not going to allow any argument about it.
Because despite how I look, I'm not 80 yet, Harry thought to himself.
Do you want to go down then?
Go ahead. Lower me down.
All right. Be very careful down there, Professor.
Evangeline, do you hear me?
Yes, Professor.
I've reached the control room. Evangeline, there's a panel here. Maybe it'll open those doors.
Please, by all means.
Your turn, Professor.
All right, that's on.
Professor, look. That thing. It's moving into the next chamber.
It seems...
It's up to you now, Evangeline.
Up to you now, Professor.
A light just came on.
You're in charge now.
Your turn, Evangeline.
Your turn, Professor.
It's up to you now, Evangeline.
Up to you now, Professor.
Another one.
Please, by all means.
Your turn, Professor. You're in charge now.
Good, good.
Please, by all means.
Your turn, Professor.
It's up to you now, Evangeline.
Up to you now, Professor.
Your turn, Evangeline.
Your turn, Professor.
Please, by all means.
I opened this door for you, Professor. You can leave the control panel. I think we're safe. What on earth was that thing?
I don't know. But whatever it was, I don't want it close to us. Let's get out of here, quick. What is this place? It looks like the heart of Project Kronos.
Could be. Do you think we gave that horrid thing the slip?
I really hope so. After seeing what that black smoke can do to humans, I wouldn't want... What the hell? How did that thing get out?
No time for questions now! Run, Professor! Run! Quick, the bunker door!
Help me close it, Evangeline! Damn it. That was close.
Was. I hope this chamber is shut tight.
If not, we better find another exit. Otherwise, we're trapped in here.
Lord Almighty.
Evie recognized the gigantic creature at once. It was the same one she had seen in her visions.
Look at the size of that creature.
Harry remained silent. He was in shock, but not because the sight of that creature bewildered him. Quite the opposite. Something about it felt disturbingly familiar.
So the Nazis called the black smoke things polyps. They're talking about a tome here.
That book they're talking about. It must have been the one Bowen had me decipher back in Providence.
A Apparently, the Nazis tried to communicate with that creature. This seat is what the Nazis used to try to communicate with the creature.
All right, there's no time to waste. Try connecting me to that machine, Professor.
Have you lost your mind? We have no idea what might happen if you sit in that thing.
You listen to me, Professor. I'm sitting in that chair, and you are gonna connect me to that creature. Do you hear me?
Harry could see that Evie's thirst for knowledge was clouding her judgment, and he didn't like where it was heading. Not one bit.
Fine. As you wish, Miss Drayton. That seems to power the machine connected to the chair. You can sit down, Evangeline. This apparatus identifies matching brainwave patterns between Evangeline and that creature. Geeignet means suitable, and untauglich means unsuitable.
It must refer to the brainwaves.
Looks like everything is set. So, whenever you're ready.
Go ahead.
Evie found herself, in the literal blink of an eye, in a completely different place. And it would happen to her more than once that day. As she tried to figure out what was happening, a strange but familiar voice startled her.
Evie. Velkonul. Na cartoon. Vekra.
I have been waiting for you for millions of years, it said.
Are you?
I am the great engineer of Nakotis. After so much trouble, Evie was finally before the great engineer. It was her one chance to ask everything she needed to know.
Do you want me to... Is there any way I can set you free?
You will do it when you close the loop. Or maybe you did it when you closed the loop. The complex Yithian language made no distinction between verb tenses. Therefore, that sentence could be understood as an instruction given in the past, present, and future alike.
I need answers. What do you want from me? What do you want me to do?
Everything is set. You must close the loop.
Close the loop? What are you talking about?
Take my ship. Travel to Nakotis, the Nakotis of your time. Stop, Bowen. My race will be saved.
Why me? Why did you choose me?
It wasn't me. It was Dr. West who chose you.
What? But what am I supposed to do? I'm just
You can close the loop. You must close the loop.
I can understand your language. How is that possible?
Your mind in my body. My mind in your body.
How is... When did that happen?
When you were in Nakotis. The Nakotis of my time.
But how am I going to do that? Where is the Nakotis of my time?
You need to remember its location. Remember.
Remember it? How?
Hearing that, Evie was left speechless. Follow Everhart's instructions. Evie didn't have time to ask another question, because in the blink of an eye, she found herself once again in that stone city from her dreams, millions of years in the past. Except now she knew it wasn't a dream. It was a memory.
My hands! Heavens! Look at my hands!
Those Zethian appendages could hardly be called hands, but that was how Evie perceived them.
I can't believe I couldn't remember this amazing view of the towers of Nakotis.
Find Everhart's notes and follow them.
But where are Everhart's notes? Where can I find them? I always thought my dreams didn't take place here on Earth, but now I understand that this is how Earth used to be, millions of years ago.
Specifically, when the Earth's landmass was fused into one continent, Pangea.
Look at how tiny that Dimetrodon looks now. That's an ammonite. Cephalopods that lived during the Devonian period, 400 million years ago. These ceilings sure are high.
Evie suddenly remembered the colossal corridors and massive stone slabs of the great library of Nakotis.
I remember this. I went to the Great Library every day. I believe I've seen some of these murals around here. This mural doesn't look like decoration, but I'm not sure what it represents. Wow. Is this some kind of time location finder? Unbelievable! This observatory must be used to find the constellations associated with a specific time and location. This is the altar I worked in. Looks like I deciphered the numeric coding of the Yithians. I don't understand this language. Looks like a Roman imperial sword, with the name Titus Sempronius Blysis engraved on it. Looks like a This is the professor's handwriting. He really was in Nakotas. Another note from the professor. What is this thing? I remember it. Whoa! My goodness! I'd forgotten about these light conveyor belts. A Dimetrodon from the early Permian, 270 million years ago. Tyrannosaurus rex, a dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period, 68 million years ago. Everything is so beautiful here. I suppose this mural refers to us, Homo sapiens. We appeared roughly 300,000 years ago, in the Middle Pleistocene. Yes! This is the constellation I've been looking for! The same constellation I saw in my dreams. It must be important if they built this lookout for it. That seems to be a mammoth, late Pliocene, 2.5 million years ago. Eight, 9, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I remember now. Those were the coordinates. Great engineer, I know where to find the Nakotas of my time, but all I have are Yithian coordinates. And there's no way out of here. There's one of those black smoke polyps on the other side of the chamber door.
Take my vessel.
What? The vessel? You mean the spaceship?
Evie's heart skipped a beat. Piloting a flying saucer was something straight out of a science fiction novel.
But the vessel door won't open. How am I supposed to...
Your mind is now fully synchronized with the Ythians. Travel to Nakotis. Stop, Bowen. Close the loop.
But what about you? I can't just leave you trapped here.
It is irrelevant. Close the loop. And with those final words, as Evangeline blinked, she found herself standing before Harry, back inside the Spitzbergen bunker again.
Evangeline? Can you hear me? Are you all right?
Yes, Professor. I'm here. I'm just a little bit dizzy.
Well, did you manage to talk with that thing? What did you find out?
We have to use the spaceship to get out of here.
What? How? Did that creature give you a crash course in flying saucers or something?
No, it's not that. But you have to trust me again, Professor.
Harry realized there wasn't much of a choice. It was that or remain trapped in that chamber forever.
Look around, Professor. Isn't this fascinating?
There doesn't seem to be any power. You sure you can pilot this spaceship?
I'm not sure pilot is the right word, Professor.
I'm not even sure ship is the right word. This looks more like a building than a vehicle. There surely has to be a starter somewhere, right?
Evie recognized a platform very similar to the one in the refinery beneath the Virginia caves, and understood what she had to do.
Damn it, where's the steering wheel?
Look, Professor, it's working. The spaceship is powered up now. It looks like an autopilot, but it doesn't just maintain altitude and course. It moves toward specific coordinates, which they express with numbers. No, this isn't working. I've got it. I've set the navigation system to the coordinates of Nakotis. There you are, Professor. The steering wheel.
Looks like one. Sort of.
Can you help me with this, please? Buckle up, Professor. Hey, whoa!
Whoa!
Professor, better find something to hang on to.
Hey, it's moving. Look, it's breaking the ice. So where are we headed?
To Nakotis, or what's left of it. Those dreams you had about that place? They weren't dreams. You were there, millions of years ago.
Millions of years ago? What are you talking about?
The great race of Yith can transfer its mind to the past, present, or future. At some point, they exchanged minds with you. Good heavens. Can you imagine what that must be like? To move freely
I
through...
can imagine what the Nazis would have done if they'd gained that power. And don't forget, that Stahl fella still is among Bowen's gang of kooks. I'm not sure which I hate more, kooks or Nazis. In any case, I don't think anyone should meddle with that knowledge. As I've told you before, there are things we shouldn't... Evangeline, can you hear me? Evangeline? Oh, for heaven's sake, what's happening to you now?
Time and space?
Evangeline found herself in an unfamiliar place in an instant. For the fourth time in just a few hours.
Oh, come on. Now what? What's going on?
The difference was that this place didn't look like a narcotic construction at all. Nor was she inside the body of an alien creature. It just looked like the future.
Why am I connected to this machine? And is this... This isn't my body. Where am I?
Evie jolted in shock. If she was in this body, then who was with Harry on the spaceship to Narcotis? Evie didn't know whether to cry for help or stay silent. But what she saw when she opened the door left no room for doubt.
Oh no. That's Caleb Bowen!
So Bowen had gotten his way after all. How else could he be leading a top-secret research project for the government? And then Evie thought of something worse. What if Dr. West was none other than Caleb Bowen himself?
Some things never change. Even in the future, folks keep goofing off at work. Some things never change. Even in the future, folks keep goofing off at work. Boy, this is getting complicated. Huh. This device appears to interface directly with the brain. Seems like instructions for that brain device. What kind of machine is this? Yes, I did it! That mind-swapping device seems to be powered on again. I hope this works. God, I hope this works. I need it to work. It's got to... Professor Everhart, listen carefully to what I have to tell you, please.
Evangeline, are you...
I am not Evangeline. I am Dr. West. Please, listen to me. You won't like what I'm about to say, but I need you to listen carefully and do exactly as I tell you. A greater plan is unfolding, and you must fulfill it to guarantee the survival of not only the human race, but of the space-time continuum itself.
I'm sorry, but I'm not the best at following orders. I don't exactly get
along with quacks like me? Yes, I've heard that before.
Who the hell is this Dr. West? And how could he know what I was going to say? Harry thought.
Listen to me, please. You will reach the ruins of Narcotis, and you will find Caleb Bowen. Don't worry, you will stop him.
That is certainly a relief. I wouldn't want to live in a world where Bowen...
I'm not finished. There is a price to pay for Bowen's defeat. And that is Evangeline's life.
What? You can't be serious.
I am. Evangeline has to sacrifice herself, Professor. It's the only way to stop Bowen and preserve the space-time continuum.
Things weren't exactly great between Harry and Evangeline, but was he really supposed to let her die? After all they'd been through together?
Forget it. I won't let that girl die.
Then you'll be condemning us all to oblivion, causing Bowen's triumph and the collapse of the space-time continuum. There's no more time. But remember what I said. Evangeline must sacrifice herself.
Harry considered answering, but found nothing to say. Arguing with someone who could see the future was pointless.
I know you will do the right thing, Professor Everhart. After all, we've been through this before. Work, damn it! I made it! I'm back! Professor, what happened?
Evangeline? Are you here with me?
Yes, it's me! I'm back.
What happened to you? Where did you—
I was in the future, I believe. But what happened here? Someone pushed me out of my own body, Professor. Who was it?
Harry hesitated before answering. He knew his words might change what was about to happen.
No one. You just blacked out for a moment, and that's all.
Harry had lied to Evie, again. He thought it best not to tell her about Dr. West, and he certainly didn't want to mention the sacrifice either. That would only trouble Evie. And, after all, Harry had already made up his mind. Or had he?
Listen, Professor. There's something I need to tell you. I don't know if this Dr. West can be trusted. I'm not sure, but I think he works, or worked, with Bowen.
Was that true? If it was, that changed everything. Harry had to tell Evie the truth, right now.
Evangeline, listen.
Professor, look! The ship's slowing down! We're descending! This looks like...
The Pacific Ocean.
The Codis is somewhere in the Pacific?
Looks like it.
Hold on, Professor. I think we're about to land. Who would have thought this whole structure was actually a flying saucer, huh, Professor?
Red sand. This must be the Great Sandy Desert.
So we're in Australia. We crossed half the world in, what, half an hour at most?
For all his fascination with Yithian tech, Harry didn't answer. He was still debating whether to tell Evie what he'd discussed with Dr. West.
Here we are. This is Nakotas.
Wow. Look, Professor. A camp.
Looks abandoned. What a fool. Somehow the Yithians were able to store light and channel it through those lenses. Apparently, Bowen's goons spent a good long while trying to force this massive stone door open. Well, thank you, Sherlock.
I'll stay here, Professor. Let me know if you find anything.
So Stahl and Bowen had an argument. Big surprise. Symbols. Interesting. Well, well, look at that.
Ever since he got some black ooze on him back at Harry's house, Eugene Kingsley's health had collapsed, and he died not long after reaching Australia.
This is the Nazi who escaped from the radio station. I guess they ignored his warnings. Does this manipulate the shapes? There are some carved symbols. That really looks like Nakal architecture. Seems she had a rare moment of good judgment.
Dr. Patricia Seckler might have been deeply interested in studying alien entities or mysterious flying polyps, but she wasn't willing to die for it.
This looks similar to the platform I used back on the island. Looks like that did something. How can these lenses still be so perfectly polished after millions of years down here?
Yithian technology never ceased to fascinate Harry.
Did you see anything like this in your visions of Nakotas, Evangeline?
The Yithian use technology based on mirrors and light, but this is the first time I've seen a system this complex.
Spheres are moving. These controls seem to contain spheres of black ooze. Look, Evangeline. I can rotate the shapes using these controls. think I've got it. Sort of. These symbols must mean something.
It wasn't the first time Harry had stepped onto a stone platform lifted by black ooze, and it still unsettled him.
Another one of those moving patterns. Evangeline, watch out!
Good lord, this place is crawling with those pollen things.
I don't think it saw us. We really must be careful. Right. That one was tricky. Good. I hope this is the last pattern.
through. But there was no sign of Bowen either.
Good lord, what happened here?
Looks like they ran into those smoke things.
Harry stared at that strange cube that didn't seem to belong to the great race of Yith. What was that? After he solved it, Harry was still puzzled. What did that...
Excuse me, who do you think you are, sir? I'm the narrator of this story.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, wrong game.
What is this?
It's the book. The book Bowen made me translate.
Well, there's one of those cultists dead on the ground.
Bowen and Stahl had a last-minute argument over how the mind-swapping machine should be used. It didn't end well, especially for Stahl, whose dream of a 1,000-year Reich died right there with him.
Look at this architecture. Does it look familiar to you?
Professor, this looks like the archives. The great library from my memories, but back then it was full of life. This place is in ruins.
Makes sense, Evangeline. Millions of years have passed since you were here. This is breathtaking.
If this is the place where I was millions of years ago, the mind-swapping device must be at the top of that basalt tower.
What is this thing? Looks like a ray of light. Whoa, whoa! The polyps are gathering over there.
What's going on? What are they trying to do?
I don't know what drives those creatures. I don't understand what they do, or why they do it.
Professor? Do you hear some kind of chanting?
Yes. And I believe I recognize the one chanting. I don't like this. Bowen! Stop right there!
Everhart, what are you doing here? How did
I
you...
took the number 3 bus to Nakotas. Now get out of there, you idiot!
Don't even think about it, Professor. Not when I'm this close. The Bowens have spent generations searching for the knowledge we were promised. Oh, yes. Nalathotep, herald of the almighty Azathoth.
Cultist ranting always sounds ridiculous, especially when they spout their nonsense out loud.
Enough of this. I'll drag you out of there by your heels if I have to.
Do not come any closer. I'm warning you.
Of course, things change when cultists are armed.
Listen to me, Bowen. I know the great race of Yith. They've spoken to me, and you know it. Look around you. Those black polyps wiped out your entire cult. And you're next. You have nothing to gain, do you hear me?
I've convinced him, Evie thought. I actually convinced that stubborn old fool. I can't believe it.
You think you're gonna stop me with your empty talk, girl? I don't have time for your foolishness. The Black Pharaoh awaits.
Ugh, figures, Evie thought. And when Bowen powered up the mind-swapping device, she realized she'd have to do something, and fast.
Professor, if he activates the mind-swapping device, we're finished!
Harry was out of time. He had to make a decision. Harry remembered Dr. West's words. Evangeline has to sacrifice herself, Professor. It's the only way to stop Bowen and preserve the space-time continuum. But he didn't give a rat's ass what Dr. West had to say. Harry wasn't going to let Frank Drayton's daughter meet the same fate as her father. There had to be another way.
Professor? Professor!
I'm sorry, kid. I'm really sorry. For everything.
Harry!
And as she screamed, Evie watched the stubborn old grouchy archaeology professor sacrifice his life to save hers and all of humanity. Harry found himself in the ooze pool, completely covered in the substance he feared most. He knew this was his death sentence, but at least he was going to make sure Caleb didn't swap his mind with anyone.
Are you out of your mind, Everhart? Haven't you seen what that liquid does to humans?
I know it better than you do, you kook.
No, don't touch that. You'll interrupt the transfer process. No, no, no! Oh, no. Oh, no. Not the ice.
And so, on November 6th, 1957, in that basalt tower of the city that millions of years earlier had been Nakotas, my husband, Harry Everhart, was consumed by the black ooze. Upon waking in that infinite ocean of blackness, Harry thought that he had died. Well, I hope it was worth something at least, he thought. He was waiting to see the light at the end of the tunnel when a voice surprised him. One he recognized instantly. My voice. Harry?
Nora?
I'm so glad to see you, my dear old pal.
Nora? Nora! Am I dreaming?
No, you're not dreaming.
Then I'm dead, right?
No, you're not dead either.
I don't understand, Nora. Everything is so confusing.
Easy, Harry. We've got plenty of time. Ask whatever you need to ask.
Where am I? Where are we? What is this place?
This, Harry, is the Icor, a place beyond time and space. And now you're connected.
Connected to whom? To you?
To the Elder God. Both of us are.
What or who is this Elder God?
It's hard to provide a simple answer to such a complicated question, Harry. The Elder God has gone by many names throughout the ages. Amaterasu, Sarens, Kor Yithar, Kailamanu. His judgment is inscrutable, at times even incomprehensible. And in some way, those of us who are part of him are connected, beyond time and space. I don't know, Harry. Maybe the Elder God is simply God.
What does the Elder God want?
To offer you its gratitude. It's what I've been trying to tell you ever since you and I parted ways.
The shadows. That was you?
Exactly. But it isn't easy to communicate with someone outside the Icor. And I'll admit, an oily shadow probably wasn't the sight you were hoping for.
And why is the Elder God grateful to me?
The Yithians sustained their energy by channeling the Black Icor. The Icor is the essence of the Elder God. That process caused him immense pain and suffering, but you've put an end to it. You've given the great race another way to transfer their consciousness. And now they live beyond time and space, connected to the Elder God.
Nora, I haven't done anything beyond stopping that kook Bowen.
But you will. And at the same time, you've already done it.
Nora, I don't think I follow.
Harry, it takes a while to understand what beyond time and space means. But you will, my love. Believe me.
How is it possible that I didn't die? I'm covered in that black ooze.
The blood of the Elder God does not harm those who are connected to him. That's why it didn't harm me on the island. That's why you sent me there, remember? To be who I really was? Now he can't and won't hurt you either. Because connected to him is someone who loves you and protects you. And that's me, Harry.
Who is, or was, Dr. West? Is it you?
No, Harry. I'm just a humble art teacher from Newburyport. Don't worry. Dr. West will be waiting for you when you wake up.
That means I can't stay here with you, can I?
Harry, you're already here with me, my love. We've been together for all eternity.
What?
But you need to go back to your time now. There's a life waiting for you, an important task you have to carry out, and people who depend on you. Evie will need your help, and you'll only be able to help her if you live a whole life. Will you promise me that?
Yes, I promise.
And one more thing. Tell Evie Papa is waiting for her at the Benoit house with the whole family. She'll know what it means.
I'll tell her.
Well, I guess this is goodbye, old pal. For now.
I love you so much, Nora. I'm going to miss you terribly.
Don't be sad, Harry. It's only a matter of time. A matter of time and space. And remember, I love you too, Harry.
Harry, can you hear me?
Oh no.
You did it, Professor. You saved us all.
Don't come any closer, Evangeline. I'm covered in...
Do not worry. She is also connected to the I-Corps, Professor Everhart.
Harry couldn't believe his eyes. That was Caleb Bowen in that ridiculous Egyptian costume. Somehow he had survived the consciousness transfer.
Bowen? No. What is he doing here?
No, Professor, it's not what it looks like. It's...
My race is deeply grateful to you both.
Harry understood at once who was now occupying Caleb Bowen's body.
The loop is in the process of closure. That is optimal. But we must continue working.
Process of closure? What are you talking about?
Do not worry. What comes next will be far easier. We only need to follow the plan you and I laid out the first time you contacted me. Dr. West.
Harry Everhart died at 12:30 on May 6, 1983. Moments after dying, Harry opened his eyes.
What happened? Where am I? I'm in Englewood. I'm young again.
Good morning, sleepyhead.
Nora? Nora!
Heavens! You're certainly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed today. Maybe I should not let you sleep in so much.
Nora, your hands are...
What? What's wrong with my hands? I promise I washed them before making breakfast.
But what about your illness?
What illness? What are you talking about? I'm healthy as a horse. Hey, don't get used to me bringing you breakfast, okay? I'll be out on the porch. We've got a long day ahead of us. And all the time in the world, old pal. Harry remembered Dr. West's words. Evangeline has to sacrifice herself, Professor. It's the only way to stop Bowen and preserve the space-time continuum. Dr. West had to know what he was talking about. After all, he came from the future. He'd been in touch with the Yithian. He knew what would happen if Harry didn't follow his instructions.
Darn it! I have to stop him! You stay here!
Harry had learned that sometimes you had to make painful sacrifices. And this was certainly one of them.
I'm sorry, kid. I'm really sorry.
And without another word, Harry watched the stubborn Miskatonic physics student Evangeline Drayton sacrifice her life to save him and all of humanity. Evie found herself in the ooze pool, completely covered in the substance she feared most. She knew it was her death sentence, but at least she was going to make sure Caleb didn't swap his mind with anyone.
Damn brat! What do you think you're doing?
Shut your mouth, you weasel!
No! Don't touch that! You'll interrupt the transfer process! You... No! 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 Oh no! Oh no! Not the ice.
And so, on November 6th, 1957, in that basalt tower of the city that millions of years earlier had been Nicotis, Evangeline Claire Drayton was consumed by black ooze. Upon waking in that infinite ocean of blackness, Evie thought that she had died. Well, I hope it was worth something at least, she thought. She was waiting to see the light at the end of the tunnel when a voice surprised her, one she recognized instantly. Her father's voice.
Hey, Jitterbug.
Papa?
How's everything going, sweetie?
What is this? Am I dreaming?
No.
Then, am I dead?
No, Evie? No, You're not dead. And neither am I. Well, not exactly.
I don't understand anything, Papa. I have so many questions.
Yeah, I know. Easy, sweetheart. We have all the time in the world.
What is this place? Where are we?
Well, this is the I-Core, kid. The core of the Elder God.
The Elder God? What is that?
Let's see, I don't know how to explain it. You know, I've never been too good with words, Evie. I know he had many names through the ages, but to me, it's simply the Elder God. His acts are hard to understand sometimes, but in his way, he connects us all beyond time and space. Yeah, but these are just, words. And words do not do him justice.
Frank didn't know how to put it into words, but he thought that maybe the Elder God was simply God.
Who is Dr. West? Is it you?
Me? A doctor? Honey, I'm just a mechanic from Benoit.
Then who is it? Do you know?
Oh, you'll have the answer to that when you wake up, Evie.
I'm covered in that black ooze. Shouldn't I be dead?
No. No, his blood doesn't affect those who are connected to him. I died, somehow, on the island, but I came into contact with the Black I-Core, with his blood. That's why I'm here. And that's why he couldn't harm you even if he wanted to, because someone connected to him loves you and protects you. That's me, Jitterbug.
And what does that Elder God want from me?
To offer you his gratitude.
Gratitude? For what?
You've contributed something really important, Evie. The Yithians sustain their energy by channeling the Black I-Core. That's the essence of the Elder God. And that process caused him immense pain and suffering. But you've put an end to it. You've given the great race another way to transfer their consciousness. And now, they live beyond time and space, connected to the Elder God.
But Papa, I haven't done anything. Except stopping Bowen.
Maybe not in your time. Not yet.
What? I don't understand.
But you will. Believe me.
That means I can't stay here with you, right?
Oh, Jitterbug. You're already here with me. Our whole family is, even my grandson.
What grandsons?
You need to go back to your time now. There's a life waiting for you. An important task you have to carry out, and people are depending on you. Harry is going to need your help. You promise me you'll help him?
Yes, I promise.
Good. Oh, and one more thing. Tell him his wife is waiting for him in Englewood. Don't worry, he'll understand.
I will.
Well, I guess this is goodbye, Jitterbug. For now.
I love you so much, Papa. I'm going to miss you terribly.
Well, it's only a matter of time. A matter of time and space. And remember, I love you very much, Evangeline.
Evangeline? Evangeline! Can you hear me? You did it, Evangeline. You saved us all.
Don't come any closer, Professor. I'm covered in...
Do not worry. He is also connected to the I-Core, Evie.
Evangeline couldn't believe her eyes. That was Caleb Bowen in that ridiculous Egyptian costume. Somehow he had survived the consciousness transfer.
Bowen, no. is he doing here?
No, Evangeline, it's not what it looks like. It's...
My race is deeply grateful to you both.
Evie understood at once who was now occupying Caleb Bowen's body.
The loop is in the process of closure. That is optimal. But we must continue working.
Process of closure? What are you talking about?
Do not worry. What comes next will be far easier. We only need to follow the plan you and I laid out the first time you contacted me. Dr. West.